Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna. My name is Donna.
House of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day. Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. Central.
Beginning at 2 p.m. on the Eastern Time Zone.
In the afternoon, continue to send emails to Donna at Donna@donna's.com. Because you're the reason for the success. I do appreciate you watching, and I appreciate you sending emails as well. Continue sending emails. Donna@donna's.com.
You can find us on television. We are syndicated. That's found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Helps get the podcast
and
on
you
the
come up with
news
suggestions.
And who knows better than you?
Watching.
And we're all about
on
gardening,
Facebook,
right? And
we
Facebook
all
Live,
are
but you can watch
avid
anytime
gardeners.
you
Even
want
for
to.
someone
That's
who's never gardened before, I can tell you from experience what not to do.
And also find us
so
on
I received some
YouTube,
training
find
through
us
Auburn University.
anywhere the social media. We're there.
Again,
and I learned
thank you so
enough
much
to know
for
I
watching.
didn't know
None of you are asking
but
me
I
about
have
gardening tips.
learned some
while I'm
things
a master
trial and
gardener
error,
and got all my training through Auburn University, I don't know it all.
Like I am.
And I went
I'm
and saw a
plant
local
that
nursery
seed.
here.
I'm telling you, that afternoon I'm out there. Are you sprouting yet?
And so the minute I said I was master gardener, the guy was kind of taken. He went like this. And I said, wait a minute. I'm not a know-it-all.
If you don't take good care of
what
the
I have
seeds, let's talk
learned
about
is
that
there's
first.
so many things I don't know.
I have seeds that
and
are
you'll
like
never
40
know.
years old.
It's because of the changing
seeds that my grandparents
seasons and that kind
actually
of thing.
had.
So anyway, we're all
the
in
deal
this together,
is
and
keep
we're
them in
all
the
learning
freezer.
together.
Okay,
So
I
that's
wanted to talk
rule
to
number
you,
one right
and
there.
this is about how to
It's
grow
gotta
a
be
seed
freezer.
or a shrub.
And don't put them in
from
plastic.
seed. And
Okay,
yes, you can
because
do it.
what happens is when you get those seeds
if I
out,
can do it, and let's say that you can,
it just takes a little
beans
bit
am I
of
gonna plant?
figuring out on your own will become
While you're
sense.
doing
If it
that, you've
feels
got all
good,
those
do it.
seeds
That's
out
just what I know
there.
how to say.
They're coming to
Okay,
room
so
temperature.
this
Guess
is
what?
an
That
avocado
causes
tree right here.
sweat.
That
Okay,
causes a little
who would have thought?
condensation.
I bought some
that's
avocados,
just
and
a
I'm
horrible
thinking,
thing
I'm
that
looking at
happens
the
to your
seeds.
You know, right?
So you need to go ahead and
that
keep those in
avocado
paper bags, not in
and
plastic
I'm thinking,
bags.
why not?
So
Why
paper's
not
going to be,
because
notice
did
when you
learn
buy
this in class
seeds from the
Okay,
grocery
so
store,
you
they're
can
not in
get
plastic.
seed.
They're going to be in
And you
paper.
can make anything
that
out
way
of
they
it.
can
There's
kind
some
of
tips
breathe
and things
just a
that I
little
did
bit.
learn
Now,
along
while
the
they're
way.
kept in
And then
containers, while they're
also
kept in the
we're gonna
freezer
look and get some
in
information
paper
from a
bags,
website called
kind of mimicking
treehelp.com.
a hibernation
This
season
was
for
a
those
hit.
seeds. That's why your
From an
seeds can last
avocado.
thousands
And I
of
love
years.
avocados.
You know,
And I don't want there to be any
in the
shortage of
pyramids, the tombs,
avocados coming
they're
into
actually
the United
finding
States.
seeds, and
I
those
decided
things are
to go ahead and grow my
germinating.
own.
Yeah,
Now there
because they were
are
kept
different
somehow
parts to a
somebody
tree.
knew
We all know
somewhere.
this. We talked about
They
this
kept them
before.
at the right
I believe in
temperature
free
where,
mulch. Okay,
they
they
would
would
be able to
all
hold
this is just
condensation. They're
pine
not going
straw
to sweat.
right here from
They're
my
not
land.
going to, like
And
ruin.
so you got your
That's
seed,
why,
and then
as
what
soon as
comes
you get
out
seed,
of
the
that?
seed is going to be
everything
a
in the packet that you
stem,
want. Make sure you
and then it's
continue
going
keeping
to
those
root. You're going to have
not
a
in
root
plastic,
ball,
but in paper.
and then you're going to get
Put
the
those in the
seed
freezer just
as
as
soon
soon
as
as
you
you
can.
can.
That seeds
has
right
to be
here.
healthy.
These
The stem has to be very
seeds
healthy.
right
Look,
here
came
came
from
from
my
Aunt
Aunt
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Lead. I don't know if you can see that right there. Another gland.
Aunt Elizabeth Burgess.
And then
And
those
you can also
things
tell
right
the
here
health of the
have been
plant
in the freezer
by
for
the
who knows
leaves
how long, at least
and the
10
way that
years.
thing looks.
And then I have some
Beautiful.
more seeds that actually
Oh
came
boy,
from my
I have some
grandparents.
avocados. Now I don't know how long it's going to be
These are
before I
like
get some
a
avocados.
butter,
Let's
or
just
not
hope that
butter,
everything
beans,
works
like
out.
pinto bean
And
seeds.
this works out.
And
pretty
those were
good.
in my grandparents'
Now,
freezer.
I also
And
have
so
this mango seed,
somebody's gonna
and it
throw
works
them away in
almost
the
the
family. And I
same
said, "Are you
basis.
kidding
Okay,
me?
don't
I love
throw those
mangoes
away.
too.
We're going to be able to
And
make
I really don't want to pay
plants out of
$100
those.
for a
So anyway, I'm glad
tree.
that I
So
got those.
why not?
Okay,
I'll just
so
be
anyway,
patient. For the impatient
and so
gardener,
I'll see if I
this
go
is
ahead
going
and
to be
get
this
the
is going to
mango
love
tree
this.
out of this.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with this segment. Okay, so I found this on a website called
and there are a couple of things I want to show you. Some things I've learned along the way.
veggiegardener.com.
This
Now,
came
when you sprout a seed,
see,
now,
this
it's
is
going to be a little
already
bit different
growing
for a
right here.
tree.
I'm ready
This
to
is
plant
not a
this
tree.
one
It's
right
going to be a
here.
little
I
bit
can
different
hardly
for
wait.
these than it
Actually,
is
I've got it
for
upside down.
the regular
So
garden.
this is going to be the tree part. See how it's already growing just a
different
little
kind of bean
tiny.
seeds.
I don't know if you can see that.
And
there
other
you go.
seeds as well.
See how
You
it's
can do
doing
this
just
with
with
any kind of seed.
So this is a tree
right
seed.
This is the
This
stem
is
right
mango
here.
tree. This right
And
here
the avocado
is right
root.
here. This plant started something
See
very
that root, how
similar
that
to
looks?
this.
This
Okay, so
is
there's going to be a
little-
mango
It's
tree.
an embryo, basically, is what
now,
it is.
Before
And Mama's taking
this
care of it, so
looked
this is
like
the mama
this.
part of it.
It looked like that. Okay, so
There are
and this is
layers.
every seed, even
You
your
wanna
bean
go ahead
seeds.
and peel
okay,
as
so
much
Mama's
of
taking
the
care of
fruit
it. This
off
is
as you
Mama.
possibly
Okay, she's
can.
taking care of that seed.
And so this is
what's
what
going
the
to happen
inside
in just a
looked
couple
like.
more
It's already
weeks.
growing.
It's
See, it's already
coming
growing
out.
a little root
This
right
is embryo.
there. And
Right there.
super
So you
easy
see
to
that
do.
little
Make
root
sure you get
coming
all
out
the meat off
of
it. And
that
by the
mango
way,
seed.
for the meat, make
And then
vinegar
the
out of
shell's
it.
going to come
Okay,
off.
if you have
And I'm going to
anything
have
left
to have
over
it come
from
off. Okay, because
the,
when I plant it into
outside of it, whatever. Save all of that. Put it in water. If you're going to use a quart jar, what I like
it's going to have the head start. That's going to have to come off.
A little sugar.
Now, a bean seed is going to be very similar to that.
How sweet the vinegar is. You know what I mean? How sweet the fruit is.
Okay.
So I'm going to mix the cup.
This is a butter bean,
and you can see part of that.
2.5 quarts.
See that covering right there? That's the shell part.
I did mix that up pretty
good. The bean. This was the covering.
And
this was then I went on ahead
before
and
it became
the fruit that was left over. I put that inside the jar.
Okay,
you want to.
So this is going to come off when I plant it into the ground
because you want to keep. Because I'm going to tell you, you're going to start attracting
just like I did with the avocado tree
vinegar right here.
So what I do is I use
the rules are basically the same, but a little bit different.
So let's go ahead and
put that
coffee filter.
We just had a previous show now about the trees,
and then
now
I put a rubber band
around
it. And what's going to happen? It's going to
okay. We're going to talk about pre-germinating those vegetables.
And I love vinegar.
Vinegar is
easy to do.
Okay, I'll show you what I did.
You have those
let's
like
see what they tell us to do.
And
VeggieGardener.com. You sow the seeds and you wait for days.
We make
sure
sure
sprouts
to
emerge.
Well.
Sometimes
but now this, I'm growing a tree.
Maybe you just planted it too deep.
And it wants to come up.
It's just having to find its way through the dirt to come up.
So this is what I did.
Okay, then you
scramble
ahead
and
sow more seeds.
I like to use the
now
plastic
week and you don't
toothpicks.
have any lost time for the garden.
So
and you wait for days and days.
I went on ahead
seedlings.
And
now self-doubt starts to creep in. Your confidence is just
so
lowered. You think, well, I'm not going to have a garden this year. Did I sow the seeds right in here?
These.
Did you sow them too deep?
Seed.
Were they shallow enough?
This has been in here for about a week.
Are they getting too wet?
So already I'm growing
much. Do these seeds just not like me?
There's the root. Okay.
You probably just didn't.
And then what you want to do is place it
what I'm going to do.
Jar.
We're going to give you confidence in the
garden.
Put the whole seed
in
there.
And this is how we're going to start.
So, see, this is how Donna does it.
See that
and then we're going to talk about how this website says you have to do it, and it's very similar to the way I do it.
Hopefully I'm going to have
now when it comes to sprouting,
now let you see the water
because it's going to stay longer.
Here's another
is going to stay longer.
Because one of my friends said,
and this
tried to do that when I got
bean vegetable seeds.
You've got to change the water seeds because the water is going to get kind of murky looking
when it's something like a tree.
Cleanliness,
remember, it's cleaner.
That's all
part
of it.
Clean that water out. See how cloudy that looks.
Okay,
that's
I'm going
to
be
gently
out.
I like to use glass for this because I want it to be squeaky clean. It's squeaky, and you can see the root.
I'm going to pour the water out, and I'm going to put fresh water in.
Now that's for a tree seed. Simply because it stays in
water
the
water to where that bottom.
I'm already ready to plant these.
Right.
So I get
just a cheap container
to where
that seed is going to start protruding out,
just like the one down here at the bottom. I even had this for scraps.
I'm ready to plant this one, okay?
So anyway, this is just a regular.
Still got
a top that goes on it,
and
that's
that
root for the first few days as well, because what you're doing is you're creating a little mini greenhouse.
And again, prop it up.
You don't have to have greenhouses and all that stuff.
And then what's going to happen eventually is this is like a little,
and you can bring them inside. You can start inside if you want to.
Okay, so this is like a protective
home. But anyway, I do start to call it a cylinder or something.
Okay,
and you can see it's already trying to come off in a very hot area.
So what's going to eventually happen?
I don't want to peel this off. I want nature to take care of it.
You want to keep.
So what's going to happen is that's going to come off. Okay, now I
start
with paper towels.
Right there. Nature did that.
Don't be cheap here, okay? You want to put plenty of paper towels in this right here. Covering that, you want it to soak. Okay, so I've probably got about 6 paper towels, 6 layers.
After I get through with this recording,
I'm going to take. I just wanted you to see how murky it looks
with the seeds.
And if it starts looking kind of cloudy looking, because what'll happen, just a regular seed, I put it into the water for just a few hours.
So what's going to happen
is it's going to change colors. It won't be white
anymore.
When you cook dried beans, the way they, and depending on the fruit, because this one seems to have done it quicker.
You think,
so it's kind of
almost looks like a very light tea.
Well, I want this one. I like just a little bit out, so that embryo,
if you let it get
cloudy right here,
hurry up and change the water
right there.
Okay,
I want it to
be really gentle now with that seed,
with the end results.
Don't scour it, wash it.
They want to
try to clean it and all that kind of stuff. Because if I can do it, I know water. Because see, it's almost got this little slimy feel to it.
Put the seeds in water for just a few minutes, 20 minutes, hour,
wash this off, whatever. I'll put it down in some more water. I'll leave the toothpicks on here.
Then you can use wooden toothpicks, whatever you want, whatever you've got.
I just prefer using
good. I don't want standing water.
So that's what happens.
I just want it to
make a tree. Go to the grocery store, buy a piece of fruit once.
And then what I did is I went on ahead and named it.
You're going to be thrilled. And this is a great project for you to do with those kids.
In here,
because kids are learning. They're like little magnets when it comes to stuff like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And again, the website is tree.
Because after a while, beans going to look like a bean.
You need to get this website.
They're all going to look the same.
Help.
And this is going to help me also in the garden when I'm going ahead and put the labels
tree or shrub from seed.
So
the natural way to
I went on ahead and tried
seeds. Let's see what they say about this. With
seeds have been sprouting and trees have been growing for an awful long time. They're actually beginning
without any help from us, right? Okay, so the natural way to germinate
took a little bit longer to do. I was beginning to wonder if they were going to.
Is to allow nature to take its course.
Slowly but
most seeds
surely
sown in the fall. without any pre-treatment.
Again, step number one, swell them
in the following
put them in water.
Just be sure to sow the seeds at the recommended depth,
room temperature water, because you don't want to shock it.
You know what I mean?
The seeds are planted too deep,
and it's already been in the freezer.
If you're like me,
or inhibit the spring germination process. Now,
I don't want to shock
varieties. You may want to see germination spread over 2 or 3 years, with some seeds generating in the first spring, and others taking longer to break the dormancy.
However,
that's why I'm doing this in a blast way, because I'm not going to wonder, was it just not a good seed?
Okay.
Now, this maybe a avocado tree. Maybe it didn't plant it deep
set in water just like that
for about 3 months. This is especially true with peanuts.
When it started sprouting leaves, that's when you can tell.
When you start seeing leaves,
it's time to go ahead and put in a pot.
Potatoes.
You want to start out with the smaller plants
because
you want this to form a very strong root ball.
If it's hidden under the ground
in another
because
plant.
Here you
how
go.
can you tell?
Okay,
how's that going to happen?
This is
you're going to start getting
right
a bunch
here.
of leaves. Okay,
right when it starts because it's almost ready.
Okay, so I've got my seed.
I'm already beginning to see a little stem
right
come
here.
out. Hopefully not too deep.
If you can see
just
it,
an inch or so is all
There's
you need
stem
now
coming out
seeds.
right now.
That was a mistake I made years ago. I'm going to give it probably a couple more months.
My thought process,
and I want to put it good roots through it.
I want to put it.
The problem is it took it. Eventually, I'm going to put this outside in the garden, and then I would replant, thinking, well, the seeds are just not going to work.
Right now,
they did eventually
baby,
come up,
it just
and I want to put it in a pot because when the wintertime comes along, this poor little baby is not going to survive out in the cold. See, in the South.
So I've already got it sprouted.
You get extreme hot, you get extreme cold.
I'm going
now,
to
I have heard here in Abbeville, South Carolina, I'm going to get to enjoy the spring and the fall.
I can already see which seeds are good and which are not. So I'm not going to have to worry about
anything happening
to this baby or any of those.
And yes, I talked to it. I know
let's go ahead and look
crazy plant lady and a cat lady. But
anyway,
go to a commercial plant.
So let's talk about this first.
You're throwing that oxygen out
into
so what is pre-germinating
vegetable
seeds?
What causes
the seed to jump into the
germination
mode? I want it to stay in this pot until it starts germinating more leaves.
That's why I've got.
Then I'm going to go.
Now don't get a huge pot.
You're putting this in a shed outside. You don't have any kind of heat or cooling in there.
Now this thing,
you really need to get a heat mat.
As long as it was in a jar,
like heat mats are like $10, something like that.
Okay,
so
they may have went up in
tree
price
right now because I bought mine a long time ago, and they'll last for years. By the way, you buy them once.
I'm going to let this thing graduate
high school.
Okay, so once the seed
comes into contact with moisture and the temperature is right,
so that's basically how you want to take care of
the germination process.
Now let's go ahead and hit that and say you begin the germination process.
So going to a commercial
before the seed ever hits
the soil. So keeping the seeds damp.
Queen City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Queen City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales look forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gaston, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you.
If the seed begins germination, there's a pretty good chance that thing is going to really grow and it's going to really thrive. Okay, let's go into a commercial break, and we are going to return in just a few minutes.
At Queen City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model cars with authentic Mexican cuisine. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Queen City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Queen City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gaston, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
We're here to serve you with authentic Mexican
Begin
cuisine.
your future.
Order
at
easily
Northeast
online by
Alabama
going to
Community
lemonsmex.com.
At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You seem to realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659. And Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team. Thank you for your support of our community. You realize the importance of family, sometimes to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you.
Because of your overwhelming support, our 1488 MyPillow has been one of the biggest sales in MyPillow history. I couldn't think of a better way to say thank you than to extend our wholesale pricing through Christmas. Get a classic standard MyPillow for only $14.88. Upgrade to a queen size, just $18.88. King size, only $1 more. Get my body pillows for only $29.88. And ready? Multi-use MyPillows only $9.88. It's perfect time to stock up for Christmas gifts for everyone on your list. Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. I'm excited to announce our Christmas extravaganza is finally here, including my classic standard MyPillows only $14.98. But that's not all. So I'm so confident you're going to love our famous MyPillows. They have been on sale for over a year. Money back $119.98. Now only $59.98. Plus orders over $75 are back in stock. Absolutely extremely limited quantities.
Good afternoon,
only
everybody. We are back from the commercial break. I want to thank all of our great sponsors. We have some good ones.
Something for everyone on your Christmas
check
list.
That out.
Bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save on all MyPillow products. For example, flannel sheets for as low as $59.98 or 6-piece towel sets just $29.98. But that's not all. I'm extending our 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st of 2025. Plus, all orders over $75 or more ship absolutely free.
Alabama, and what I'm beginning to see is
the only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain-fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462.
Called Master Gardeners Club, and that's through Auburn University. I did learn a lot, and I learned a lot that I was doing wrong as well. So I'm just trying to pass all those ideas on to you because you've asked.
We all wonder what tomorrow
Again,
will
send
bring,
emails to Donna at
but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent.
Okay, the natural way to germinate tree seeds.
It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow.
And
with Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Okay, it's important to remember that many species originated in cooler climates where seeds drop. Hey, we're back. My name is Donna, and I am your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show. So over the winter, the seeds remain embedded in this cool, moisture environment. And it's all because of you, because you support me. I definitely appreciate that. But you know what? I support you. You support me. You support many types of seeds. The embryo inside the seed is immature. Anything you would like to germinate, this is called dormancy. I'll do research for you, whatever it takes. We'll make sure we got it. But this delay in the germination process
is vital.
Okay, so we're talking about spreading seeds. Now let's go ahead and dig right into natural forest, which we've got some forest area here much on our land as possible. If seeds germinate in vegetable seeds, let's say you've got some cucumber summer, fall, and I've got some seedlings that you want to plant in the garden winter. You've got to let it 7 or 8 years. Got to let it graduate. If you're a little uncertain, so it's in the mama's womb. Let me tell you what you can do. So it's got that little you can get a paper towel, just like we saw right here, just like I did, right here. It's the embryo. You put the seed on top of it. Mama's protecting. Put some water on it. So we got to let it graduate. And by the way, something else we let it go to grammar school. Days, it starts looking like this right here, and then we're going to let him graduate high school and then college, and then we're going to plant him outside. So that's going to help in the germination successful tree. So you've had the seeds for a while, which I don't have. No, do I want to plant it now outside? Yeah, that would be a bad thing. He might do okay for a while, and then guess what? Don't ever do that. Always. And this poor little baby right here is not used to cold weather. Paper bags are wonderful. You've got to do it. And it's good for them in our process. We've got to have that. But anyway, a lot of patience when you're germinating the seeds. Okay, now this is called paper towel or assisted germination, which is basically cucumber seeds or whatever, and I'm going to put those on top. Although natural germination is an acceptable way to start most tree seeds, and in just a few days you're going to know better and more consistent results can be achieved through forced. Now another thing you can do, and this is okay, because I'm helping him out. Okay. So basically, it means using various techniques to mimic the role nature plays in causing the tree seeds to germinate. Okay, you can get there are several different techniques that can be involved to force the germination of any given tree seed. So let's go ahead and talk about those. Now this is one right here called scarification. On top of that, another paper towel. Okay, this is a process of reducing or breaking the seed coat so that the moisture can penetrate and the embryo can begin the germination process. Now let me give you less than 48 hours. Okay, so what I like to do, so that's something else that you can do. We like to plant beans and all kinds of stuff in the regular garden. Now, this is not a tree. This is a question that was sent, but I just wanted to show you the germination process for this. Like me, once this right here is a butter bean, correct way. I put him in water. And I put him in a box and I kept the top on it. Do you need to sow the seeds at the depth specified in the packet or not? Is this necessary if they've already germinated? Okay, so he started popping out. So he was the little embryo. So that's going to be even better for you. The bean. Now I want a little bit of that seed sticking up. The life was inside. This is my ground. Was inside that coating. So what's happened? So you can see the seeds where that's coming off. So the little shell coming off right there. The bean. So I want down enough in the ground where those roots are going to go down. In other words, this is the way I'm going to plant this one. And I'm going to show you how to preserve those in future shows. Now you can see right what I'm going to do is plant it down there. This right here. So that's coming out. This is just a quick process down the ground. In other words, if this were the ground, I can plant this seed directly in the ground, and it's going to happen because it's not a tree. It's a branch, and it's going to be a bush, and it's going to be, and then the rest of this is going to be beans are going to be coming out of that. We're going to dry them. We're going to have all kinds of good stuff. The only thing I've not been able to spray to do really good is going to have a show about that coming up as well. I don't know why cucumbers do great. Again, you've got to go through this process. You've got to so you would think if a cantaloupe does it, that it's going the natural way out in the woods. For some reason, I've just not been able to do that out in the forest or whatever. If you know, so let me know, okay, so I can let everybody else know. Okay, is there another way? Because that's another thing, which is what we're doing right here. I love watermelons. Chickens love watermelons. Right there. Have watermelons out there for us to eat. You pour water over the seeds, let them soak over the recommended time. Often 6 to 24 hours. When it comes to that. More water treatments are done using room temperature water. Don't let it be too hot. Don't let it be too cold. Okay. Instead of plastic, it's best to use a glass container for ceramic seeds. I'd rather have glass anyway. I just feel like but I like the idea. And when I'm cleaning the funk out of this, okay, I just my goodness, I'm giving it more of a chance of surviving. Let me tell you what you can do. If you have chickens, the jar to be so clean. So we moved to Abbeville. That's going to be good for you. These folks were avid gardeners, best to use the glass container. They agree with me on that. Some seeds may require hot water as per instructions. I'm utilizing that. Let me talk about the physical maintenance using a small file or a sandpaper. Scrub the outside of the seed coat to reduce its density, which was just terrible. Or to so Phil said, well, I guess we can take that so that the moisture can be we're going to keep more easily. We're going to use that for chickens penetrating into that embryo. Take care to avoid damaging the embryo. Turned it upside down. Now for the beans, so I did legs are sticking up like this. These are the legs. This is what happened. Okay. Now this is the bottom. This used to be on top, like that.
Well, this is what it looks like now.
And there he was.
So,
it's just a regular seed, and
it's going to work the same.
Before we turned it upside down,
these
got some screws,
avocado
and
tree
screwed.
Here, so you know how a piano bench, the cover will come up like this. And you keep your
getting attention
music or your song or whatever in it.
All right,
and it shuts down. What I did on this particular wood screws, there's a tiny little, like a little, I call it lid, I'm not sure what you call it. Anyway, I call it an eye. Then he turns it upside down, and there's this little thing that I just gently rub that fingernail file. So then when I put this in water, I went on ahead, and he was going to take the legs off.
Water got in there quicker.
No, we got another.
So that's why you're seeing that.
And so he said, I know what we can do. He said, I'm going to put wood
and this is one that I did a little bit later,
and that's going to be a place for the chickens to stand.
These are crowder beans
because they love to stand on
and see. This has only been in there just a couple of days.
They like to be above the world, so they stand.
All it is put a little spray bottle
and spray water.
Now another thing I like to do with seeds.
So before you did that,
doing it this way, just
I went on ahead and I put all of my dirt.
Again, I like to use this process
because I want these chickens to have some lettuce.
Now it's not soaking water
because
I'm just saying
the
seeds
don't
paper
cost
towels in there.
So and then the way I buy mine,
I just get a little water.
I get mine. I'll wait until the company's going to do like this big sale, and then I just do a run. I just start buying seeds up like crazy here. And so I found a pack of seeds.
I don't have it soaking in water.
And the reason I do this with beans is I've noticed if we put dirt down, I even got some weeds.
It seems to get this funky.
I just pulled I had some, from the garden. That's why I like to use a paper towel with beans. And I pulled up some roots,
tree seed,
and I pulled that in there.
But anyway, this
and so and the piano bench.
Let's
talk
lid about what you need to do.
Place the seeds in the dry glass container. So it's on the ground. It's ready for the chickens. Once it starts sprouting, I don't even do that. I just put dirt,
water,
and I just sprinkle seeds just all over the place.
Okay,
periodically check the seed. So I just sprinkle lettuce seeds all over the place,
extracting the few
and
seeds
and put more dirt on top of it
with pruners.
And so Phil is
that's
going
what
to
you're
put,
doing.
And it's got to be thin. It's got to be like really close together. And again, the avocado tree works exactly the same way. Almost like chicken wire, but not here. This was the mother protecting the baby.
So it's something that's like really
the seed is not this. And the reason we're doing that is so the chickens
so
in
a few weeks
start
scratching,
because what they'll do is they'll start scratching, and then there goes the whole plant.
3 inches.
Once it starts doing that, you've got the seeds in there. It's just going to keep.
Then
you keep it
watered
carefully
down.
remove this.
I like to. I don't care what it looks like.
Okay, this is for the chickens. They can climb up on top of that box. They can climb up on the roosting nest because you don't want to ruin the embryo. Continues like it's an ongoing process.
Now this is starting
continually. Okay. Now probably after 6 months or so, I may have to resow and put more seeds in there.
Thank you so much for watching.
But at least by doing
this website, because they give you a lot more information.
The chickens are going to have
right now.
Food. Tree Help. They're going to be eating salad.
Thank you so much for watching Donna's Edge Talk Show.
Been in business here for 20 years,
and I'm going to get a bunch of these.
20 years, and so you can just get a box. You're the reason we have the dressers.
You are the reason dresser out there.
It's continue sending emails,
and I promise you, I'm going to go by
the
those
drawers
emails
inside that old dresser, and I'm going to give you all the information.
I'm just
going to
have these
a lot of it's going to be me experimenting.
Salad bar
you know, when you go to a buffet bar,
these
chickens are going to have a buffet salad
because I make lots of
mistakes. So they're going to have gardening. But again, thank you so much for watching. This works.
Send pictures,
send emails, pictures,
make a part
of what you're doing
inside the barn,
and let me see how. So I'll do the same thing. Again, thank you for watching. And then that way, again, they're going to be able to get their
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. The cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family.
Thank you so much for watching.
Because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462.
Just like the best ever. But again, thank you so much for watching.